Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I film my flawless foundation routine. This is something that I would recommend, or I would personally wear to a night out, a special occasion, any big event that you want, like full coverage, dewy, just, you know, that glow. Anything that you might be getting like your picture taken with, so therefore I use products that are not going to give you flashback whenever you get like flash photography. So yeah, if you want to see how I got this look, then just stay tuned, and if you aren't already, make sure you subscribe right now to my channel. And yeah, so here we go. So starting with primer, I'm going to go in with two primers. I'm going to mix the Becca Blacklight Priming Filter. This one's really going to make my face look very dewy, very hydrated, giving it like really super glowy look. This one is really going to smooth out my skin without any pores, just really make my face look really porcelain-like. So I'm going to mix these two together. So for foundation, I'm going to go in with this one right here. This one is by Lancome. I do not know how to pronounce this, but I will leave it down below. This one is just one of my all-time favorites, like high-end. That's really going to make my skin look super like full coverage. It just makes my skin look so good. Anytime I wear this foundation, I always get compliments of what I'm wearing. So I'm going to go in with this one. And just to blend it in, I'm going to go in with a beauty blender. I personally like beauty blenders or any form of sponge over like a brush. I have not found a brush that I feel like works that good to make me want to stick to a brush, because I always feel like brushes, no matter what, will like leave my skin looking like really streaky, and I don't like that. I want something very airbrushed, very like natural, just like very flawless looking. So for concealer, I'm going to go in, I'm going to mix these two. This one is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard. This one I like just because it really gives my eye like a really smooth under eye look, and I just love the shade of this color. So I always go back to this one. This one I use more to conceal, and then I'm going to go in with Tarte Shape Tape to more like highlight. This one is very full coverage. That's why I like this one. But I use this one more to like highlight because it is a little lighter for me right now. So once again, taking the beauty blender, just gonna blend that out. So anytime you're going for a very flawless, full coverage foundation look, I would highly recommend going in with a setting powder that's not going to give you flashback, just because I'm sure like if you are doing something like very full coverage, I'm sure it's going to be a special occasion, or like you're going to be taking flash photography. So you really want to make sure you're going to use a powder that's not going to give you flashback, because that's like the worst thing in the world when you go like take your picture and your eyes, wherever you put your setting powder, is just like super white. Yeah, no, that ain't cute. So I'm going to go in with the Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I always go back to this one just because I really like the way it is, and also because if I'm going to get this ready, like have a full coverage, I'm most likely going to get my picture taken. So therefore I want something that's not going to give me flashback. So I'm just going to be taking this little Real Techniques brush and just packing up the powder right underneath my eye. And I also take it down the sides of my nose, because those are the areas that tend to like come off the quickest for me. And especially like right now where I live, it's like super cold. It just snowed, so my nose is like always running cold. So you really want to set your under eyes, just because you don't want them to crease. So next I'm going to go in with this concealer right here. This is from Maybelline. This is the Fit Me. This is in the shade Cafe. So on a day where I'm really going to like want a full face, I'm definitely going to contour my face first with any form of liquid and then go back in with powder. So for this, I have to take it right where like my cheekbones are like super hollow. That's where I like to put it. But I also don't like to put it too high up, only because when you start to blend it, it might like rise up into like where you put your highlight. And also don't put it too low because then it might drip onto like where like your lower jawline is, like your jawbone. And you don't want it to look like your contour is like so far down your face. So that's why I like to go in with like a super fine little applicator like this. And then just put it like right here. And I don't take it too far down just because I don't want it to like really interfere with like my mouth area. Then I'm going to put it a little bit on my forehead. So to blend this out, I'm going to be using a Eco Tools little stippling brush. I get this at Ulta. So I just have to like suck in my cheek and kind of press this into my skin. I don't really swirl it, maybe a little bit. I just don't like to like take the product off and like mess around with like my foundation that's already set. So once I finished up all of that, I'm just going to go in with a little bit of setting powder. And I like to do this before I go in with my bronzer just to make sure everything blends really well together. So I'm going to take the same translucent powder on a big fluffy brush and just really set my face. So next I'm going to go in with my Alyssa Cerda contour kit. This is like one of my favorites. I always go back to this. I'm always like, why did I stop using it? Like if I do stop using it, just because I love the shade range of this, and especially the shade of Fawn, which is the middle bottom shade, this one right here. It just gives me such a nice natural looking contour where I'm not going to look too orange. It's almost like, I like anything like gray toned, like more like shadows or more like really bronzy. So I'm going to go in with this one. And for this, I'm just taking a BH Cosmetics, I'm not sure which one, oh, number 2 brush. Now to really bronze up my face, I'm going to go in with Bahama Mama. This is like such a pretty color. So to really make sure that everything is like super clean and carved out, I'm going to go in with a little small Eco Tools blending sponge. I'm just going to carve out wherever I put any of my bronzer or contour. So I'm going to let this sit just for a little bit longer, and in the meantime I'm going to pop on some lashes. And for today I'm going to go in with the Ardelle Demi Wispies. These are like such an everyday wearable like lash, and they're so convenient because you can get them like right at the drugstore. So next I'm going to go in with my MAC Fix Plus just to really blend all my powders together, make sure nothing looks too cakey, and just like really set my face before I go in with my highlight. So next for highlight, I'm going to go in with the Dior Nude Air Luminizer. This is like one of my favorites. It's a little bit pricey, but it is so worth it. So for this, I'm just going to be taking a Anastasia highlighting brush, and I'm going to spritz my brush just a little bit, just to make the highlight a little bit more intensified. So once all my highlight is done, I'm going to go in with the Tatcha Dewy Luminous Skin Mist. This is just really going to intensify my highlight, just really set everything, and of course making it look super dewy. For bottom mascara, I'm going to go in with the MAC Extended Play Take It Back Lash Mascara and just do a thin coat mascara on my bottom lashes. Then for lips, I'm going to go in with Strip Down by MAC, and this is just a lip liner, but it's like one of my holy grails. I usually just use it to cover my entire lips. That's what I'm going to go do with this. So for my lips, I just use the desixkaty collaboration with those colors in the shade Over the Top. This is just a beautiful, like literally over the top gloss you can use for like anything. It is so pretty. It's like the perfect gold shade and it literally just like reflects off of anything. It's so pretty. So this is the completed look. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you aren't already, make sure you subscribe down below so you can join my channel. And yeah, I think that is pretty much it. And until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.